I think they're having a profound effect on the market because they're providing a service or a product that people actually need and maybe didn't even know they needed. If you look at the office space, WeWork and other large co-working companies, they very cleverly figured out that nobody really wants to sign a 15, 20, or 25-year lease anymore. That's a very, very long-term liability. But if you can provide a product where people feel happy to come to work, there's an energetic environment, and you're not having to make a very, very large commitment in terms of time or money, that's actually fulfilling a need for not only smaller companies and startups who are what we think of as WeWork, but if you look at WeWork and other co-working companies, they also have large project teams from investment banks or Fortune 500 companies that are setting up an office and they're going to be there for 2 or 3 years to work on something specific. So because WeWork has done a great job of segmenting the market and understanding what occupiers actually need, I feel like they're going to be a very, very important presence for years to come. And obviously they've gone from having no presence in London to becoming the largest office tenant in London over the past year. And Airbnb has really hit the nail on the head with an amazing niche, which is that housing is very expensive. Hotels are rather blah. And if you can create a really authentic environment for someone to immerse themselves into a city, and you can do that at a price point that makes sense, not just for a leisure traveler, but also a business traveler, and particularly a longer term stay business traveler, they're able to actually bring income into these cities for people who otherwise wouldn't have had that income, and then that income obviously spreads out and gets spent in that city. Now, the problem that Airbnb and others are encountering is that as Airbnb increases the number of stays that it has in a certain city, that's perceived to be crowding out rental values. So in other words, making cities less affordable. The evidence really isn't there for that, but certainly the perception is. And I think Airbnb will do a good job in working with local communities and local municipalities to explain what it is they do and how it is they actually help the economies that they serve. And I think as long as that balance gets correct between short-term stays and the long-term rental market that we're all used to, then I think Airbnb will find its place as a really important economic engine for major cities around the world.